It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southwest region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors Southwest.
Hi everybody, welcome into this week's show. I am so happy to have you along this week because in the next half hour we are going to have a ton of fun. If you've been watching our show for any length of time at all, you know that I've been preaching for many years to take kids fishing. We've been talking about the techniques and how to get kids started. Well, on this week's show, we're actually going to have a kid in the boat with us. Just over my right shoulder is Graciano Calzada. He's 10 years old. He's a kid I've known ever since he was born. He's a great kid. He's done some fishing. We're going to go out and talk about some of the techniques and some of the philosophy involved in successfully getting kids started enjoying the sport of fishing. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to go out in the Nitro Z8, fish for white bass and crappie and whatever else might bite. While we're doing that, you're going around the region for your local fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters on your local lakes, rivers, and bays. So right now, we get the Nitro trolled out into the lake, get started looking for some fish, and we take you back to the FSN studios for your weekend planning.
The Salooner tables are indicating a nice opportunity for anglers this weekend. Saturday's outlook is good, with the best times beginning at 11:39 in the morning. And Sunday is listed as fair, with peak conditions taking place around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun will rise at 7:39 and set at 6:43. And we had a new moon this week, so there will be very little moonlight over the weekend. Stay with us. All of your fishing updates from around the region are on the way. First though, here are some more entries from the Costa Catch of the Week contest. These pictures were not winners, but we thought you might still want to take a look.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Exide AGM Marine Batteries. Starts like new, stays like new longer. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. With our baits, a good day of fishing is in the bag. By Motor Guide, trolling motors engineered for anglers. And by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Welcome to the big leagues.
Whoa! I think I've got one. I think I've got one on.
All right, we've got a fish on. Fish. I got one too. That's a decent white bass. Whoa, get him in the boat. All right, buddy. There you go. Rossi caught the first fish right there. Hold the line. It's got a treble hook in it, so be careful. Let me get this fish in. I got a catfish. Look at this. Man, we have got doubles right off the bat. Welcome back, everybody. Fox Sports Outdoors today. Let's not get finned. The very first thing. There we go, got him. There's two nice fish to get it started with. This is Grassi, he's 10 years old.
Hi.
And tell me about your fish now. You made a long cast with that spoon.
I made a long cast. I was reeling it in and I saw it jerk back. I pulled it back, but I wanted to just reel it in slowly just to kind of see if it was a fish or if I was just caught.
So you weren't sure at first?
Yeah, and it was fighting pretty hard.
All right.
So I pulled it back, felt that bite, and
caught him. Way to go. First fish and then the second fish, two different species. We may go for the Grand Slam today, 3 or 4 different species of fish. You go back there and open it up, put that white bass in there, and then I'm going to chunk this catfish in there. Let's talk a little bit about the very first most important thing about taking kids fishing. You've got to get kids in some action. You've got to go do your homework, scout, find the fish, find where they're located, and know that you can catch them before you take the kids out there. Kids really don't care, they just want to catch fish. We're going to talk about the gear and the philosophy of kids fishing in just a moment. Got a good start right now. Let's get you some fishing and lake reports.
Man, what a difference just a week makes. Only a few days ago, I was talking about how all the shad are in the shallows. We're just waiting for the game fish to figure that out. Well, they have. I'm officially declaring the fall bite on here in the state of Oklahoma. You need to go fishing right now. Proof of that is this week's outing by Oklahoma pros Andrew Upshaw and Fred Rubanis, who went to Skytook Lake near Tulsa. They found the water temps to be in the upper 60s. The water was up slightly because we've had some rain in areas across the state. Some lakes have come up quite a bit, but even if you haven't had the rain, the fish are shallow, they are biting. What Andrew and Fred were doing, they were throwing a small, lightweight drop shot rig, a 1/8 ounce sinker with a hook 10 or 12 inches above that. They were nose hooking a LaRue Rally Grub. Now the best colors were crystal shad and glass shad, and they were fishing the main chunk rock banks in 2 to 6 foot of water, catching most of the fish there. They said they did catch some fish vertically in about 12 to 15 foot of water. Most of the fish were coming from the shallower water. Caught lots of fish, mostly pound, pound and a quarter, up to about 2 pounds the largest, but had a blast. It was a really good fishing day. Lots of fish busting while they were out there. Here's what Fred had to say they were doing.
Beginning of the fall, sunny day, clear water, and I'm going to share with you a bait that will catch fish in these conditions. It's called the LaRue Rally Grub. It's a brand new bait. It's got a curly tail with a little extra action on the end of it. And this sucker, you can drop shot it like we're doing today. Got on 8-pound P-line fluorocarbon with a little Gamakatsu split shot drop shot hook. And we're just throwing this up against the rocks and really just kind of crackling through the rocks with it, and also vertically fishing on our graph.
As far as the crappie fishing, same thing. Good reports coming in from across the state. It looks like the best common depth right now is 10 to 12 foot of water. Try that. But one thing about it, we all know you can't catch them if you don't go.
Yeah, I've got him.
Well, that was at the end of, there's one. That was at the end of a long cast too. I got one. We got doubles again. All right, well, that's a decent white bass right there. Let's see what you got, Gracie. Keep reeling. Little striper. Keep reeling, keep reeling. I got it. Swinging this way, swinging this way. Got him. All right, well, we've got 2 more fish for you, 2 species. There's a white bass and a little striper right there. Way to go, buddy. All right, I'm gonna let you, I'm gonna put that one there. You go put that one in the live well for me. And I wanna mention something here real quick. You see me every week on the show wearing some fantastic clothing. This is Magellan Outdoors gear. The shirts that I wear, the pants, the shorts, everything is specifically made for anglers. It is moisture resistant, it is stain resistant, it is bug resistant. It is some incredible technology built into the fibers of this gear. Go to your local Academy Sports and Outdoor store and look for the Magellan Outdoors gear. They've got a full line of women's and men's shirts, shorts, pants, hats, everything. Check them out at your local Academy Sports and Outdoors in your neck of the woods. Magellan Outdoors. Stay with us. Got him. All right, here, it's a good crappie. Back him up. Good job, Gracie. Hey, look at this.
That is big.
5 me, a large scale 5 right there. Okay, grab him by the lower lip. There you go. How about that, folks? Hey, welcome back. We are talking about how to keep kids interested in fishing, get them started in the sport, how to be successful at it. Got my buddy Gracie out here with us today, and he just caught him a big old crappie right there. Caught him on a little slab doctor, Bobby Garland. I'll show you the bait a little bit later. You like that?
Yeah.
What'd that feel like?
It felt pretty good to actually catch a fish.
Yeah? And what'd the bite feel like?
The bite, it felt like, well, you can kind of feel the rod moving just a little bit. Then you can kind of see it bending and the string moving. Yeah. And so I just lifted it up and reeled him in.
There you go. He's a line watcher already. Let's talk about gear just for a second. You want to start kids off with some gear that they can use, which would be a closed-faced spinning reel. It's always what you want to start a kid off with. You graduate as they get a little older to a regular open-face spinning reel. Now, Gracie's 10 years old. So this is a perfect rig for him, and I'll show it to you at the end of the show. It's a Lew's combo. It's a factory match set that comes like this. One thing you can do though, now most kids are right-handed. So what you can do is take this reel, you can unscrew this knob right here, completely unscrew it. You can turn it around, take this handle out of here, put it in this side, and screw this knob on the opposite side. It'll turn it into a right-handed reeling spinning reel. Now once they get a little bit older yet, maybe 12, 13 years old, you can start them in on a bait cast rod and reel. That's an open face bait caster, but I would definitely not start a kid on that kind of a reel until he's a little older and you can teach him how to thumb that reel properly. One other thing, don't get kids out in a situation where all they got to do is just sit and hold a rod and watch a bobber all day. Kids want to cast, so put them in some kind of a situation where they can make a cast, reel something in, give them something to do with their hands and their mind, and it'll keep them interested and occupied a lot longer. We're going to keep this one and let your daddy fillet it. How about that?
That'll be awesome.
All right, let's get you some more fishing and lake reports from your local region. Let's go to Cajun Phil and Kevin down in Louisiana.
Hey friends, Captain Kevin Broussard here for your Louisiana Fox Sports Outdoor Report. We're talking saltwater fishing, we're talking Calcasieu, early fall. I'll tell you what, as you can see right here, we got a pile of trout, lots of big redfish. Right now, fishing along the whole Louisiana coast is really turning on. We caught a lot of these bigger redfish today on soft plastics and Johnson weedless spoons in about a foot to a foot and a half of water. Most of the trout were caught on live shrimp over your oyster reefs. Tell you what, lots of birds are starting to work right now. You can go out early, late, look for birds, throw soft plastic. I tell you what, drift oyster reefs, live shrimp under a poppet cork. And like I said, the redfish are still in the marsh pretty good. Y'all want to make a trip? The number's on the screen. Main thing is, get out on the water and have some fun. This is Kevin Broussard for your Fox Sports Report, saying see you next week.
There's one. Got another one, Grassy. See if he's any good. He's coming awful easy. Another little striper. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break right here, but before we do, I want to mention something. If you're going to bring kids fishing, we need to talk a little bit about safety. You absolutely need to be safe from several aspects if you're coming out here to bring a kid fishing. Number one, we've got personal flotation device on him. This is an auto inflate device. So it's got a CO2 cartridge in it. If he falls overboard, there is a safety red lever out here he can pull to inflate it, but it's going to inflate automatically. That's number one. Keep it on a kid the entire time he's in the boat, not just when the big engine's running. Number two, you want to have sunscreen on him. Did you get a lot of sunscreen?
Yes, sir.
Sprayed on you? All around his face, ears, arms, legs. Kids' skin burns a lot easier than adults does, and the effects of it are much longer lasting. Number three, hydration. I want you to look down here a second. In my nitro boat, I keep water, Gatorade, all kinds of drinks in there handy, and we keep him drinking the entire time.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. By Mercury Marine, celebrating 75 years of marine excellence. By Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability. By Tracker Boats, it's more than just a boat, it's a tracker. And by Whataburger. Get your day started at Whataburger with the new jalapeno cheddar biscuit.
Brush is right on that marker buoy right there. So lift your rod tip just a little, turn your reel handle just a little.
I think I feel something.
There can't be. You got one? Slow down, slow down, slow down. That's a good one. Good crappie. Swing him in the boat. Swing him in the boat. Hey, way to go, dude. That's a good one. Man.
That is a monster right there.
Yeah, grab that dude by the lower lip. Welcome back, everybody. Doing a little crappie fishing right now. So we caught some white bass earlier, and you felt those. What's the difference in how a crappie feels and a white bass?
A crappie, like the white bass, you can kind of feel it like thumping several times, like you can feel them nibbling on it. But these crappie, like you can feel it like a really hard thump just once.
Exactly.
And then you've got to catch them in.
See, he's got it already, the crappie thump. And once you get that in your blood, it's there for life. All right, you want to go put him back in the live well?
Yes, sir.
He's going to go put him in the live well. Let me tell you a couple of more keys about the philosophy of taking kids fishing. You want to make it a fun experience and a fun atmosphere, which means bring some food, bring some drinks, bring a radio with some of the kids' music on it. Just create a festive atmosphere. Secondly, you got to have an ending to the day, have a beginning and an ending, which means don't stay all day long. They've got a shorter attention span than an adult. You cannot expect a kid to stay out there and stay focused all day. All your focus goes on the kid. You can see I don't even have a rod in my hand. I've got the rod put down and I'm standing there coaching him through how to cast it, how to work it, how to feel it, what a bite feels like, and lastly, try to end it on a good note, which means catch a fish and leave. Try to make the last thing that happens a fish catch, and they will want to come back again next time. Some real keys about the mental part of getting kids interested in the sport. Time right now for you to get interested in some more fishing and lake reports from your local area.
Hi folks, this week's Lone Star Lakes is brought to you by More Security and Heritage Safes, and we're in East Texas on Lake Welch. Now Welch is thought of as a power plant lake and a wintertime fishery, and it is great for fishing in the wintertime. But Welch is also one of Texas's first big bass lakes, and you can really fish it year-round. If it's cold and the water temperatures have dropped, go by the discharge where you'll see your graph raise higher temperatures. But if it's a nice warm spell, you can simply fish the main lake points. Use your drop shots, use your Carolina rigs, and your deep diving crankbaits in shad colors for Welsh bass. Now, on Richland Chambers, the sand bass have started showing up on main lake points as well, and they'll school during the later hours of the day after the sun's been out for a while. You can use some action baits like a rattle trap or torpedo, something along those lines. But early in the morning, before things warm up, you're going to need to use your lead head with your shad tail plastic on the back. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by Heritage Safes and More Security. Now let's check in with Mr. Bill Olson. He's on the coast.
Hi folks, this week's report is brought to you by Port Aransas on Mustang Island, the fishing capital of Texas, where anglers enjoy pristine bays, estuaries, 18 miles of surf, and the deep blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Plus the local restaurants will even cook your catch come sundown. Come fish and play Texas Island style. For more information, visit portaransas.org. Well, weather and temperatures have been like a staircase with a drop, and then things level off before another drop and temperatures occur. It looks like this weekend and the following week is one where things settle. Temperatures will be more like early October rather than late October. Good topwater action has occurred over mid-bay reefs in Galveston Bay, along the Louisiana shoreline of Sabine Lake, reefs in Chocolate Bay and east and west Matagorda Bay. Soft plastics have picked up when the topwater bite has slowed. Good schooling redfish action is occurring out of Port Isabel, southeast of Duncan's on the Sand Flats. Similar action is underway around Estes Flats, Shamrock Cove, the shorelines of San Antonio Bay, and behind Matagorda Island. Redfish and trout are under birds in Sabine Lake and working the shorelines in Chocolate Bay. Flounder action on Sabine Lake is gathering momentum. What you need to do is set up based on the tides around the mouths of marsh drains and cuts. Use smaller soft plastics or fresh dead shrimp. Bull redfish numbers are increasing around the Galveston, Freeport, Port O'Connor, and Port Aransas jetties. These big fish are also roaming the waters along the beachfront and near shore. Light wind days have allowed for boats to get out of Freeport, Port O'Connor, Port Aransas, and Port Mansfield to run offshore for blackfin tuna, kingfish, and some dorado and ling. This weekend, Saturday has a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides. This Sunday is a 3 tide day with 2 high tides and just 1 low. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Costa Sunglasses. See what's out there. By Lew's, setting a new standard in fishing performance. Feel the difference. By Strike King Lures, #1 in fishing. By Lowrance Electronics, find, navigate, dominate. By Fort Worth Nissan, Fox Sports Outdoors is powered by Fort Worth Nissan.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Whataburger Ask the Pro, where viewer questions get connected with professional anglers. This week, Ronnie asks, what is the best rod, reel, and line size for fishing a drop shot? For the answer, we asked Bassmaster 2-time Angler of the Year, Aaron Martins.
A really good basic drop shot rod would be like a 6'10" to about a 7 foot, medium light action. You want something a little bit of tip, it's important. Paired up with 8-pound, I use 8-pound Sniper Sunline, and I like a high-speed spinning reels. They make spinning reels in different gear ratios, so pay attention to that, and you'll see anywhere from 4.7 to even 6.0 now. And I like the faster ones, and you know, that's about it. Drop shot. I mean, I drop shot on 3 or 4 different rods, and I go all the way from to flipping stick.
Thanks, Aaron. If you want some help from one of the anglers, visit foxsportsoutdoors.com and then follow the Ask the Pro link to submit your question. Now it's time for someone to win a new pair of sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
Next up, it's the Costa Catch of the Week winner. And this week, Kay Anderson of Frankston, Texas wins a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses with her photo of a 60-pound yellow catfish she caught out of Lake Brownwood in West Texas. If you'd like to enter our contest, just go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Right inside of the front page, click on the Costa Catch of the Week area. Send us your photo and all the rest of the information about your fish. You could be our next winner. And you can see all the Costa frame and lens styles at their website. Go back to the front page of our website and click on the Costa logo, where you can see them all there, including the frame style that I was wearing on this week's episode called Switchfoot. Next up on the Academy Sports and Outdoors Right Stuff feature, it's the right gear to take kids fishing, and you really can't beat the Lew's American Hero Combo Rod and Reel System. It's factory matched. It's a spinning reel and rod, perfectly balanced, for under 70 bucks, and you can also get the open-faced bait cast rod and reel factory matched combo for less than $100. And a couple of baits that I would have handy would be a jigging spoon that you can cast or reel back in like we did today, and you can also use the Bobby Garland stroller rigged on about a 1/4 ounce lead jig head. Again, you can fish it vertically for crappie or swim it in for white bass, stripers, and really anything else that swims. Recently, I was in an airport when I came across this sign. We will be happy to assist you when you have finished your phone call or text message. I got a kick out of it. I laughed and snapped a picture of it to carry around until I started seeing different variations of that same sign at sales counters all over the country. And I began to ask myself, in our culture, have we become that rude? We would continue to do something on a cell phone that we would never do at a bank drive-thru if a passenger were sitting in the car right next to us. We wouldn't ignore the teller. Why would we do it on a telephone? A little cell phone etiquette is definitely in order. Put yourself in that other person's place. Put the phone down just for a minute while we're doing business. Have a little common cell phone courtesy. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, Teaching Kids How to Fish. I think you can employ some of these techniques with your own kids, grandkids, or friends and have a great time teaching them how to fish at your local lake, reservoir, bay, or river. Hey, don't forget to join us for next week's episode. We'll be on Thursday at 10:30 p.m. with a repeat airing Saturday morning at 7:30. You can always catch the latest episode of our show 24/7 at the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Right below that, click more episodes and video here for our entire archive, our entire library of how-to videos, product videos, and past episodes. You can see all of our latest photos, information, and news at our Twitter feed and Facebook page at the addresses you see on your screen. Until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.